This year's Chinese New Year celebrations is predicted to result in 210 million travellers, akin to the entire population of Indonesia or Brazil, up and holidaying at the same time, up 10% on last year. Air travel alone will see an increase of 29 million air travellers over 40 days, the average monthly visitor rates for either Hong Kong or Singapore. All this makes Chinese New Year one of the great annual human migrations. While current or persistent threats continue to act upon traveller and expatriates alike, this pilgrimage will generate and amplify a number of issues. Airline safety and security was on the cusp of an easing of accepted trends and boarding protocols, thanks to continuous and mounting pressure from consumer groups and sovereign representatives. The December 2009 attempt to detonate a device on a commercial carrier has changed that and allowed for another round of preventative frenzies and reflection. Other less popular issues have also been tabled for review, such as the proliferation of falsified passports, raised by the head of Interpol. Any and all flights in and out of the US or like-minded administrative territories will increasingly cause delay and frustration to travellers of all kind. Any major convergence of people presents a variety of public health and safety concerns. Coupled with epidemics, pandemics, and varied personal hygiene standards, this will raise the level of risk to those exposed. Specific pathogens are ideally suited for transmission during this time or may benefit from accelerated global transmission. The first line of defence will be the traveller themselves. Many travellers during this time will be infrequent or even first-time travellers. While some may be readily identifiable by cardboard boxes for luggage or obvious confusion navigating the increasingly technical process of boarding and navigating their chosen transport mode, many will appear like any other traveller. This influx will not only add to the volume of traffic, but the burden of efficiency of systems and flex the patience of those at the coalface. All travellers need to be aware and more adaptive to these phenomena. Travel managers will need to have plans and options in place to achieve their goals of cost containment, efficiency, and overall safety and security for their charges. Predatory crimes, crimes of opportunity, emotional outbursts, physical confrontation, group defiance are but a few of these seasonal tactile threats. Novice and seasonal travellers will be at risk by their actions, carrying large cash reserves for gift giving or travel spending, extensive wardrobes, cold and hot weather temperate zone shifts, prohibited items needed for sustenance, food and water, health maintenance, medicines and foods, and an inability to keep up to date on events that affect their travel will present opportunity to thieves, delay and frustration. Commercial conditions will change and in some instances become hostile. Price hikes, touting, fraud, diminished services and decreased service staff will frustrate the process. While it should seem obvious that cab drivers and government staff would partake in the seasonal break, many are unprepared when they discover decreased or suspended support. Many employees will take extended holidays around key dates or public holidays. Some countries will have public holidays in accordance with the festival schedule, and even those that are not the spiritual or ethnic majority will take holidays or close for business. Provisions for such disruptions must be in place long before the specified dates. Natural events such as weather and earthquakes will continue unabated and have a greater opportunity to disrupt. Concentrations of travellers are not the only ones at risk, with those planning on connecting or transiting through areas that are affected. Regular environmental disruptions and even extremes have impacted Chinese New Year travel and holiday makers. Total avoidance is not possible, but planning and formulated actions are key traits to a less affected outcome. A Singaporean family travelling abroad experienced a tragic yet poignant reminder of the unsuspecting perils of travel this week. While holidaying in Australia, their family car left the road, rolled repeatedly, and resulted in 2 family members dead and others critically injured. They were driving in an unfamiliar environment, on isolated roads not used by locals, on roads known to have gravel or soft edges, all the ingredients for disaster which locals are aware but still kill Australians too. Part of the tragedy lay with their over-dependence of GPS driving systems that took them off better and safer roads nearby. Motor vehicle accidents kill and incapacitate far more travellers each year than terrorism or aircraft accidents. The holiday and travel activity this Chinese New Year should be memorable for all the right reasons. Acknowledgement and planning for the overall upscale movements of millions of like-minded travellers will smoothen the likely mental stress. The plan is not the focal point to ensure a great family time or break, but the planning process. This is even more essential for the business traveller. Consider all the facts, get good advice, keep abreast of changes as they happen, look out for others, keep in contact, and be prepared to do specific things if something does go wrong. Bad things happen to good people all the time, but the number reduces dramatically for those with a plan and support.